For centuries, human beings have been fascinated by the incredible diversity of life on our planet. We have a deep curiosity about the creatures with whom we share this world, from the smallest insect to the largest whale. Zoos were first created out of this sense of wonder. They offered people a chance to see animals they would otherwise only hear about in stories or see in drawings. In a time before television or the internet, zoos were a magical window into the wild, bringing the majesty of the African savanna or the mysteries of the Amazon rainforest to cities and towns around the globe. This was a remarkable opportunity for learning and for marveling at nature's creations. The role of the zoo has evolved significantly over time, becoming much more than just a place for public viewing. Today, many zoos have a vital mission: conservation. Our natural world is facing unprecedented threats. Habitats are disappearing at an alarming rate, and countless species are on the brink of extinction. Zoos have become crucial arcs, providing safe havens for endangered animals. They run special breeding programs designed to increase the numbers of threatened species, with the ultimate hope of one day reintroducing them back into protected areas in the wild. This work is a critical defense against the loss of biodiversity. Furthermore, zoos serve as powerful centers for education and scientific research. They provide scientists with a unique chance to study animals up close, leading to discoveries about their behavior, biology, and health that would be nearly impossible to gather in the wild. This knowledge is invaluable for conservation efforts. For the public, especially for children, a visit to the zoo can be a transformative experience. It can spark a lifelong passion for wildlife and an understanding of the delicate balance of our ecosystems. Seeing a living, breathing tiger can teach us more about its power and vulnerability than any book ever could. So, the modern zoo has a threefold purpose. It continues to satisfy our innate curiosity, allowing us to connect with the animal kingdom in a personal way. It acts as a sanctuary, a last line of defense for species pushed to the edge by human activity. And it functions as a living classroom and laboratory, expanding our knowledge and inspiring the next generation of conservationists. When managed with care and respect, a zoo can be a powerful force for good. Building a bridge between humanity and the wild world, we must all strive to protect for the future. Despite the best intentions, keeping wild animals in a human-made environment presents enormous challenges. The most obvious of these is the issue of space. In the wild, animals like snow leopards or polar bears roam across vast territories that can span hundreds of square kilometers. They travel great distances to hunt, find mates, and establish their place in the world. No zoo, no matter how well designed, can truly replicate the sheer scale of these natural habitats. Confining such wide-ranging creatures to enclosures that are, by comparison, incredibly small can lead to significant stress and frustration for the animal, even if all its basic needs for food and water are met. Another significant problem that animals can face in captivity is boredom, or a lack of mental stimulation. Wild animals spend the majority of their day engaged in complex and challenging activities. They are constantly searching for food, avoiding predators, navigating their environment, and interacting with others of their kind. Their minds and bodies are adapted for a life of purpose and activity. In a zoo setting, where food is provided and threats are removed, an animal can be left with nothing to do. This can lead to a condition known as zoochosis, where animals develop abnormal, repetitive behaviors like pacing back and forth, which are signs of psychological distress. The social structure of an animal's life is also incredibly difficult to replicate in a zoo. Many species, from elephants to primates, live in complex family groups with intricate social hierarchies and bonds that can last a lifetime. Creating these social groups in captivity is a delicate process. Sometimes, animals that would not naturally live together are housed in the same enclosure, or an animal might be kept in isolation when it is naturally social. This disruption to their natural social lives can cause loneliness, anxiety, and conflict, impacting their overall well-being, just as it would for a human being in a similar situation. Finally, the very presence of large crowds of people can be a source of constant stress. While zoos are designed for us to observe animals, the noise, the pointing, and the unfamiliar faces can be frightening or unsettling for the inhabitants. They have no place to truly hide and feel secure from the thousands of eyes watching them day after day. This lack of privacy and the constant unnatural exposure to humans can take a toll on an animal's health. Overcoming these fundamental challenges is the greatest responsibility that any zoo must face if it is to provide a truly humane home for its residents. In response to these challenges, The very best modern zoos are transforming their approach to animal care. The primary goal is now to create environments that prioritize the well-being of the animals above all else. This begins with the design of the enclosures themselves. The old model of sterile concrete cages with iron bars is being replaced with vast naturalistic habitats. These spaces are carefully designed to mimic the animal's native environment as closely as possible, featuring real soil, trees, rock formations, and water features. Providing more space is essential, giving animals the freedom to walk, run, climb, and explore as they would in the wild. Beyond simply providing more space, a key focus is on enrichment. This is the practice of providing animals with stimulating activities that challenge their minds and bodies. Instead of just placing food in a bowl, zookeepers will hide it around the enclosure, forcing the animal to forage and hunt for its meal. They might introduce new objects, sounds, or smells to spark curiosity. For primates, this could mean complex puzzle feeders that require problem-solving skills. For large cats, it might be a new scent trail to follow. These activities prevent boredom and allow animals to express their natural behaviors, leading to happier and healthier lives. Proper nutrition is another cornerstone of excellent animal care. Zookeepers and veterinarians work together to develop diets that are precisely tailored to the specific needs of each species. This goes far beyond just providing enough food. It is about providing the right kind of food. A diet in a zoo should closely match what an animal would eat in its natural habitat to ensure it receives all the necessary vitamins and nutrients. For a giant panda, this means a constant supply of fresh bamboo, and for a flamingo, it means a diet that helps maintain its vibrant pink feathers. Excellent healthcare is a constant, with regular checkups and expert veterinary attention always available. Improving the social lives of animals is also a critical part of the modern zoo's mission. Zoos now work collaboratively, moving animals between institutions to create healthy, stable social groups that reflect how they would live in the wild. They carefully consider the personality and history of each individual animal when deciding on groupings. For solitary animals, the zoo ensures they have the privacy and space they need. For social animals like elephants or gorillas, they strive to build family structures. All these efforts, larger habitats, mental enrichment, tailored diets, and thoughtful social management, are essential steps in fulfilling our ethical duty to the animals in our care. Treating animals in zoos with the highest standard of care is not just a matter of kindness. It is a fundamental responsibility that benefits both the animals and ourselves. When an animal is healthy, comfortable, and able to perform its natural behaviors, it thrives. Its physical health improves, its psychological stress is reduced, and it can live a longer, more fulfilling life. This is, quite simply, the right thing to do. These magnificent creatures are not mere objects for our entertainment. They are living, feeling beings, and we have a moral obligation to provide them with the best possible quality of life when we choose to bring them into captivity. The well-being of zoo animals has a direct impact on the success of vital conservation programs. Healthy and content animals are far more likely to breed successfully. This is crucial for captive breeding programs that aim to save species from the edge of extinction. The genetic diversity maintained within the global zoo population acts as a safety net for wild populations. If a species were to disappear from its natural habitat due to disease or disaster, a healthy zoo population could offer the only hope for its future survival. Therefore, excellent animal welfare is not a luxury. It is an essential component of global conservation strategy. For the people who visit zoos, seeing animals that are cared for properly sends a powerful message. An exhibit that showcases a happy, active animal in a rich, naturalistic environment teaches us about respect and empathy. It demonstrates the profound connection we share with the natural world and highlights our role as its stewards. Conversely, seeing a distressed animal in a barren cage teaches a negative lesson, suggesting that animals are inferior and that their needs do not matter. By showcasing the very best in animal welfare, zoos can inspire visitors to care more deeply about wildlife and to support conservation efforts both at home and around the world. Ultimately, our treatment of animals in zoos is a reflection of our own humanity. It is a measure of our compassion and our respect for the planet we all call home. As we look to the future, we must continue to demand that our zoos be places of sanctuary, education, and hope. They should be institutions that not only protect endangered species, but also celebrate the intrinsic value of every single animal. By treating these wonderful creatures with the dignity and care they deserve, we not only enrich their lives but also our own, fostering a more compassionate and sustainable world for all of its inhabitants.